Greetings, gentlemen. Ever found yourself in a labyrinth of thoughts, stuck on someone from your past, unable to move forward? Well, today's discussion is not your average time heals all wounds talk. We're diving deep into the heart of the matter. You're not alone in this journey, and by the end of our time together, I promise you'll have a clearer understanding and actionable steps towards using a breakup not as an end, but as a breakthrough. So, why is it essential even to consider letting go? The truth is, clinging to memories or past relationships can be as comfortable as an old sweater, but it's just as restrictive, trapping you in a time that's no longer relevant to your present story or future chapters. Imagine trying to fill your life with new experiences while your hands are full of yesteryears. It's impossible. To truly embrace what's ahead, the past must be released. Let me share a slice of my life with you. Picture this. I was basking in the Hawaiian sun, waves crashing against rocks, nature's symphony at its finest, but my heart was playing a sadder tune. Despite the serene setting, I was gripped by loneliness. My last date was just a memory that I had held onto for way too long, a high school fling that had ended before it genuinely began. And that's when the profound realization dawned on me. I was the author of my stall, trapped in pages written long ago, unable to script new adventures in love until I let her go. The concept of letting go can seem like conceding defeat, but it's quite the opposite. Think of it as making space in your life for new growth, much like pruning a tree to encourage new branches. We can only grasp new opportunities when we release our grip on the old. Now, I'm going to unveil two psychological gems that will illuminate your situation. First is loss aversion. The pain of loss usually outweighs the joy of gain. Second, peak end rule, where the brain recalls the highs of an experience in the conclusion, not the mundane or the painful bits in between. Both biases weave together a narrative that intensifies longing for what's been left behind, painting an incomplete, often rose-tinted picture. Let's get real for a moment. The language we use to talk about breakups is heavy with negativity. Phrases like, "he broke up with me," trigger our intrinsic fear of loss. Combine that with our selective memory that favors intensity and endings over the full spectrum of the relationship, and we're left with a skewed perception that amplifies our suffering. You wonder, if I can just understand these biases, I'll break free, right? Close, but it's not a magical shield. Awareness is a powerful tool, but it won't stop the automatic memories and emotions that surface. It takes a conscious effort to rewrite the narrative, to shift your perspective from a fantasy to reality. Delving deeper, what if the yearning you feel to have them back isn't really about the person but the idea of them? Your mind is brilliant at crafting illusions, and the longer you're disconnected from someone, the more likely you are to romanticize who they were. To truly move forward, challenge yourself to see them and what you want clearly. There's a profound, freeing choice in the process of letting go, which involves neither clinging to the pain nor idolizing the pleasure of past fantasies. It's about embracing the present moment to craft a future you desire. Before we proceed further, if you're finding value so far, take a moment to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell. It's not just about supporting the channel. It's about making a commitment to yourself to continue your path to personal growth and enlightenment. Returning to our path of healing, the pleasure-pain dichotomy lies within every memory of that person. The discomfort of loss is blatant, but what about the covert gratification? Even in longing, there is pleasure, a masochistic indulgence in fantasies and what-ifs. Acknowledge it, recognize its futility, and allow yourself to let go of both pain and pleasure. The act of releasing isn't a one-off miracle but a choice, a decision you make every day until it becomes your new narrative. If you're truly ready to turn the page and enter a new chapter in your life, a riveting guide awaits you. It's time to learn how to drop both sides of the coin and embrace the future with a heart ready for fresh imprints. My friends, as we bring our session to a close, remember to let curiosity and the pursuit of happiness be your compass. If you've gained any insight from our time together, feel free to show your appreciation with a gesture that matches the value you've received. Your support fuels our journey together. So, what will you take from today's conversation? What is the change you'll make, the action you'll implement in your life? Share your thoughts, and let's continue this conversation off the screen and in our lives. Until next time, keep your narrative empowering and your future ever bright. Welcome, ambitious trailblazers. Ever notice how relationships and finances share a bewildering similarity? Both essential, but often we leap into adulthood with little guidance on either. Like trying to find your way in the dark. And let's be honest, fellas, seeking guidance on either can be humbling. Today, I'll tackle the myth of obsessive love and reveal a counterintuitive strategy to not just preserve your sanity in a relationship but to thrive. Ready to transform your connection playbook? Let's dive in. There's a pervasive notion that to achieve greatness in anything, be it a job or a physique, an obsessive hunger is key. However, profound effort frequently leads to diminished outcomes. Take a job interview, for example. Wanting it too badly can make you a bundle of nerves, potentially spoiling your chances. Similarly, fixating on a perfect body can spawn a cycle of self-criticism, denting your confidence. Now, mirror these scenarios in the realm of relationships. The fallacy that intensity alone will woo the object of your affection is as misled as it is widespread. Why? Because what often reads as passion can come off as an overwhelming lack of self-sufficiency, sparking an air of insecurity rather than attraction. But here's where the plot thickens. Osho, a man of controversial notoriety, shared profound insights on love forms that challenge conventional wisdom. Excluding his contentious community experiments, his perspective on love remains a hidden gem. According to Osho, there's a mistaken hierarchy of love, kick-started with dependent love. Picture this: your worth is skyscraper high, theirs at ground level. This imbalance is often mistaken for love but invariably morphs into an exhausting caretaker dynamic. Not quite the love story we've been scripted to follow. Then enter the stage, codependency, a mutual over-reliance masquerading as romance. It might seem heartwarming at first, but what initially looks like two peas in a pod often wilts into a desperate grip on fleeting passion. It's the honeymoon phase on steroids, exhausting to maintain and far from the ultimate form of love. Behold interdependence, where mutual autonomy resonates with an implicit trust. A healthy balance where your presence is appreciated but not anxiously fixated upon. Imagine watching a sunset with a loved one where the beauty of the moment is amplified by the company rather than overshadowed. This is the third type, the epitome of maturity and love, where both parties contribute equally without losing themselves. Let's come full circle, referencing the job interview scenario and the yearning for a relationship. The lesson is clear. Desperation sabotages rather than secures success. Interdependence upholds freedom, a fundamental need we often disregard. Love, undoubtedly significant, takes a backseat when it smothers rather than liberates. If this rings true, consider the impact of detaching from preconceived notions of love. This doesn't equate to emotional distance but freeing oneself from the outcome. It's akin to sailing with the current rather than against it, effortless, natural, and ultimately more rewarding. Through this strategic shift, you elevate yourself, magnetically drawing in a caliber of people and opportunities reflective of your raised standards. Before we wrap up, remember, by subscribing, liking, and turning on those notifications, you're bringing yourself one step closer to revolutionary insights like these that could very well nudge you in the direction of a life-altering identity shift. Transforming your mindset can catalyze a ripple effect of positive change in your personal and professional life. In closing, I'll leave you pondering this. What actions from our discourse today resonate with you? Which will you integrate into your own life tapestry? If you found value in today's insights, your appreciation could reflect in a small token of support, a nod to the guidance shared. Remember, you have the might to sculpt your path and dictate the quality of your journey. Stop settling, start forging ahead. See you at the top.